Alright, welcome. In this video we're going to be going over IXL section R.6, the change of base formula. So the change of base formula gives us a little bit of freedom that we didn't previously have. Specifically, it allows us to calculate any logarithm using any kind of base. Why this is good, it allows us to use our calculator for anything. So let's go ahead and check it out. So sometimes we need to calculate an irregular logarithm with a base that's not 10 or e. In this situation, we can use the change of base formula below. And then go ahead and look at the formula. Log base b of a equals log of x, or log base x of a, divided by log base x of b. Now there's three important things to take away from this. First off, we have our variable a coming into the numerator logarithm. Second off, variable b we have coming into our denominator logarithm. And lastly, we have x's right here. Now, what do those x's equal? Well, we don't know, and honestly, we don't care. As long as both of these x's equal each other, we can use this formula. So x can be e, x can be 10, x can be 246. It can be any base that we choose, and we're going to practice using any base given to us to make these logarithms and to change these bases. So notice how this formula allows us to calculate a logarithm with a and b while using an arbitrary value, x, as the base of our logarithms. Using this formula, we can now calculate our logarithm using a more common base, such as blank or blank. And so remember, what are the bases that are commonly found in calculators? Well, one is the common logarithm with the base 10, and the other is a logarithm with base e. Okay, so our steps, how we can use this, is we can do the change of base logarithm, or we can change the base of the logarithm into blank or blank. Remember, we're typically going to change it into 10 or e because we're trying to use the logarithms that are on our calculator. Okay, and then step 2, calculate the new logarithm. So this will be pretty calculator intensive. Make sure you have your calculator out, and I will show you what I'm typing into the calculator as we do this. First, though, we start off by just writing the change of base. So we're going to take log base 9 of 36, and we need to write it as a quotient of two common logarithms. Remember, the common logarithm is written log with no base, and the base is assumed to be 10. And then we're going to write another one, and remember, it needs to be the same base on bottom and top for this to work. And we aren't going to write it as the common logarithm. We will now go ahead and put our number in parentheses. So on top, this number will go, so 36 will come up here, and then our base is going to go to the bottom, so we'll get 9 on bottom. So our final answer in common logarithms is log of 36 divided by log of 9. Now, one important note, you cannot simplify 36 and 9. This, by no means, equals log of, and we could simplify this, to 4 of, and log of 1. Okay, these fractions cannot simplify, and the reason why is because log is happening to 36. That is not actually a 36, but rather a log of 36. And likewise, this 9 is not actually a 9, it's a log of 9. So we can't just simplify them like we might expect. Okay. Same deal, rewrite as the quotient of two common logarithms. So we're going to set up our logarithms. Remember, we're using the common log, so just log, and then we need to change our numbers around. So 44 is going to go into the top. So we'll get 44 up here, and then in the bottom, we're going to get 4. Okay, and so that would be our change of base. Let's go ahead and look at number 3. So write as a quotient of two natural logarithms. So again, remember, any base can technically work. However, now they're specifically asking you to use natural logarithms. So we're going to go ahead and make natural logarithms on top and bottom, or just ln. And then we're going to change our numbers around. So 17 will go on top, and 4 is going to go on bottom. And that is our new logarithm. Okay, example 4. Rewrite is the quotient of two common logarithms. Write your answer in simplest form. So we have ln of 22, and they want common logarithms. So we're going to go ahead and set up our logs. So log, we don't have to write the base because it's a common log. And then the big number will go up top, so 22. And now we need to find the base to go on bottom. But notice the base isn't shown directly to us. Instead, we have to remember that ln has a base of e, so we need to put a e down there. So log of 22 divided by log of e is what this converts to. Beautiful. All right, so now we're actually going to do some calculations with this. And so how you can do this, of course, like we saw before, is with any change of base. So I'll go ahead and I'm just going to use the common log, log, and then I'm just going to rewrite those numbers. 40 going in the top and 2 going in the bottom. Right, now I have a log of 40 divided by a log of 2, everything of which I can put into my calculator. So I'll go ahead and type log 40 and then close off those parentheses and then divide that by the log of 2. And again, close off those parentheses. Okay, and so what we get out is, oops, hold on, give me 1 second. I accidentally hit the delete button. All right, divided by log and parentheses 2. Okay, equals, all right, so the decimal that we get out of there is 5.3219. We need to round to the nearest thousandth, so this 9 is going to bump the 1 up to 2. Okay, and so that's the final answer we get out. Remember, all we did was, in my calculator, this is what it looks like. Okay, right on my calculator screen, we'll go ahead and even draw a calculator. Beep, 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 boop, bop. Alright, so, right, that's my calculator, all the buttons. Okay, what I typed in was log of 40, and then a division symbol, and then log of 2. Okay, I hit enter on that, and then out came this decimal. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. So again, we can use our change of base. So there's two ways we can do this. First, the change of base, and I'll change these to ln's this time. Remember, it doesn't quite matter. So ln of 32 divided by ln of 2. And I put that into the calculator, and I will get and surprisingly enough, I just get out 5. So I should maybe think about this and go back and look at it and see if there's a way to mentally calculate this, especially if I get an even number out of here. So I have the log base 2 of 32. Remember, the question this log is asking is, what power does 2 need to get to 32? And well, I didn't recognize that the first time around, but 32 is actually just the combination of 5 2's, or 2 multiplied 5 times. So 2 to the 5th power could equal 32, meaning that log base 2 of 32 is indeed equal to 5. That makes a lot of sense. Cool. So that's all the problems for this video. I hope it's helpful. And again, if you need more, go ahead and ask. All right. I'll talk to you later.